Hello there, guys. Welcome to my crackbook, and hello to those that this is going over to Twitter. And then when Amber's around, this goes onto my YouTube. And eventually, once I get the technology, I will start doing videos throughout the week. And eventually, then on, say, Saturday, I will put out the video that I've created myself and edited and done stuff like that. Anyway, if my lips start swelling while I'm on live, I literally just popped to the bathroom quickly before coming to do the live. And I sort of sat down, got comfortable, ready went to do the live, quickly went to the bathroom. And I'm not used to the unit being in the bathroom when I quickly run in there and it's dark. And I've literally just sat down on the toilet and gone bang and banged my entire lip on the unit that I've put in the bathroom out of the way. So if it starts swelling. So anyway, but to give you a visual example of sort of who I am and what I'm about, I have Jamie with me. And Jamie is my neighbour who lives in the block. And Jamie has spent his childhood under what's called SEN, so special needs education. The challenge with the UK is that once somebody comes out of education who has an SEN through the education system, there are disability support networks, and there are things that the job centre does to put people from SENs into the workplace. One of the things I had an issue with was people who have a chromosome change in them that labels them with Down syndrome, basically just packing bags at the end of shopping and also being treated like shit. And this got my goat, especially as I've previously said, how I came to doing personal centered planning. And that's pretty much what I was doing, personal centered planning with people who were in the benefit system, who were labeled with diagnosis, that had a passion, that had an interest. And that's how sort of Challenge Britain came about, and how personal centered planning came about, and how the pilot study in in Preston that we did with the model on basically looking at the wheel of balance to people who were trapped in disabilities, trapped in labels, but still wanted to have equality and have a job, not just a job, but a purpose life where they could actually have an impact in the world and leave their own legacy, but also have financial independence in a way. It didn't matter if it was Stephen Hawkins attached to something. It didn't matter if it's Kelly Cotton with EDS. It didn't matter if it was somebody with Downs. It was a system that I basically created and co-created with a couple of other people that enabled people in the benefit system to literally go to the, say, job centre and work with a job coach. That's where job coaches came from, but they haven't been trained in personal centered planning and non-directive coaching. So Jamie is a little bit of a protege of mine, but I don't like to take any credit for anything because I don't charge anybody to do anything. But Jamie made a comment to me that he loves fishing and he wanted to be a chef and he wants a boat. And then he made the drastic mistake in front of me saying, but yeah, I can't because I'm dyspraxic. Don't ever say that to somebody around me. So anyway, I want to introduce you to my neighbour and actually becoming a really good friend of mine. And I find Jamie very easy to talk to. I find his dad very easy to talk to because they give me space to talk in metaphors, or sometimes literally. One day I met Jamie and I think I'd only actually spoken to you once prior to this, and I literally went out the back door and it was a day that I was completely overloaded. I was having a complete meltdown and I'd just literally gone out the back door, down the back there, and I sort of breathe in because I feel very trapped and isolated in a flat when I'm so used to just going out into a garden. And Jamie was actually on the other side of the bars, and I sort of ran out and he just put his arms out and I just went and it was literally coming into, I think, I can't remember if it was actually Aaron and Faith's day or coming into Aaron and Faith's day. I think it might have actually been their day, and literally it was, I think it was even before the police and everybody had sort of turned up and everything, and I was already feeling a little bit like overwhelmed. So, but it doesn't matter whether it's mental health. It doesn't matter whether it's learning difficulties. It doesn't matter if it's disability. It doesn't matter if it's isolation. It doesn't matter what it is. Tonight, I want to introduce you to my chef. And I get to say my chef. I'm not paying him at the moment, but hopefully this is the start of Jamie going self-employed. Hello, Jamie.
Hello.
So what are you going to cook for us tonight, Jamie?
Vegetable bolognese, isn't it?
Are you making a
But
vegetable?
you can be vegetarian or vegan or whatever, you know, it's all vegetarian.
We had a bit of a debate on whether to stick some meatballs in it, didn't we? But you said
we're
no.
not putting no meat in it.
Not putting any meat in it. Because don't forget, with the virus, the animals get contaminated first. So watch out.
No meat, all herbs and good stuff.
So Jamie he's very shy, aren't you, Jamie? Bless your cotton socks.
Well,
take the floor. So literally, our live is Jamie cooking tonight, and we're gonna have a conversation and a chat. But I wanted to ask you first, why do you not think you're a chef if you haven't been to college? If you haven't got the
no, I am a chef. That's what I said. It doesn't matter what they say. I am a chef.
There we go. We've got there. He is a chef.
Yeah.
So what are you going to to be a chef then? What sort of food do you want to sort of cook? What do you want to?
Well, I'm open to cooking anything, you know.
What do you enjoy cooking, though? You like to fish, so you like to...
Yeah, I can cook fish.
Well, you don't actually like to fish. I sort of a different perspective of your fishing the other day. You don't actually see it as catching and killing fish. You actually see it that you're feeding the fish and making sure
well, you got
the
to feed
fish are
the
okay.
fish. When you go freshwater fishing, you got to feed them, and then you put your bait out and your hook over the food that's already out there, and then they eat that and they come and pick your food up.
Well, Elijah's been enjoying fishing. He got to fish with you the other day, didn't he?
Yeah, it was just a little sketch fishing, but yeah.
Okay, so...
bit of lure fishing down at Old Portsmouth, but yeah.
Okay, so we're all talking about... Like, I really have banged my freaking lip. I can feel it now. So we're all talking about, like, doing what we love. Like, how long have you been cooking for?
Well, since, 12, 10.
And what did you first ever start cooking?
Well, mummy's food, isn't it? What mum cooks.
And what was favourite dish?
Sandwiches, things like that.
So your mum started letting you cook at 11?
Yeah, mum was alright with it. Mum said get out in the kitchen and cook, you know, stop being lazy.
Alright, and what was the first thing that you cooked on a cooker?
I don't know what the first thing was. You know, mum just used to come home and used to cook food and that. You know. The good times when mum was alive, of course. But yeah, used to make food and whatever, and then got older and started making my own food, jerk chicken.
Yeah, so why jerk chicken? You've got quite a Jamaican belief behind you, haven't you? There is something a bit special.
No, the Rastamen are the hidden nation. They know all the herbs and whatever, you know. They've been here for centuries and that. They know all this stuff.
So there is something quite unique on why I like your food. And, well, in fact, I love Jamie's food. And, in fact, actually, Jamie rescues me and brings down, like, different things for me to taste, don't you? So, no, look at my shitty cooker. So, every now and then, I'll get her on the door and I'll get a plate of food, and Jamie will bring down different dishes for him to try, like spicy food.
Well, tonight is bolognese.
Tonight is a bolognese, but I guarantee you it won't be a non-mild.
We've got Kelly's favourite.
We've got chilies, plenty of chilies, plenty of hot things.
Kelly really likes chilies.
Well, what you've got to remember is if this virus does come your way, I don't know if it's fake or not, or doodah, but they are saying heat, so eat it hot. But also, just yourself, just experiment. I mean, at the end of the day, if you are deciding to self-isolate, or if you are just in fear-mongering or you're just taking advantage of sort of free work time, then start cooking, start looking after your health. And this is why Jamie's food is unique. Here we go.
Go green. All your fruit, all your vegetables, make sure they've got the seeds in it. Let's go green, eh? Gets rid of all like the bad diseases. Maybe cancer and everything like that. All gone.
So go on and Jamie, take the floor. This is your kitchen for the evening.
I'm gonna start cooking.
The boys are asleep, so I've got I haven't got the proper thing, so I might have to go up and down. There we go. We will give him some. And I can just come on and say hello like this for a bit, and I'll probably turn it around when in fact, actually, what I can do probably, because the only thing is it's all signal for me. It's all about, there we go. It's all about where I can get signal in this kitchen, because it's not so easy to pick up my Wi-Fi city. So one of the great things is having Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I've been in a sort of dissonance because of people who say I should have a vegetarian diet, and then my auntie is very into eat your blood type and says an Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, because it's collagen, should have red meat. Tony Robbins says no to meat because of the way it dies unethically, and it's a real challenge on whether we should eat meat, whether we should eat dairy, blah 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 blah. So I went into a 7-year sort of program to completely detox, get rid of everything, and I was working with Professor Bird and a few other people, and James Greenwell, and basically to see if over those 7 years I could completely change the DNA of my body and set myself free of, per se, EDS. Obviously it got intervened on, and Aaron and Faith were taken, because obviously I snapped out of the system so quickly and everybody sort of went, wah! So now I'm going to give it back a go again, and I might actually be able to find it. Where's her phone? Where's Phoebe's phone? Oh, she gave me the password. I can't remember it. Oh, yes, I can remember it. I've got to get it off Phoebe's phone, and obviously it's internet, and Phoebe actually caught on her phone. It's actually 4 minutes long, so because the whole song, I basically said to her, put on a song I've never heard and just see what happens, and I'll show you. And you'd have to listen to the song that I was listening to probably get it. I don't really want to know what people think yet, but I am going to let her upload it. Jamie's just in the fridge getting things out ready. So yeah, so I'm going to see if I can, in a minute, you'll see how I snap my back all the time. Here, I can't go back anymore. There. So I have to go sideways, because otherwise I snap my back. My hat's fallen off, unfortunately. I used to call it my epileptic fit, because obviously when I used to do all this hip hop and all that sort of freestyle shit didn't exist. I'm like Dean really, but my mum's probably laughing her head off. Hang on. I've got my hood up because I don't like being seen, and I'm only pissing about. I'm not actually even pushing it. Some people call it dancing. I just call it popping and locking my body and putting it in.
Have you got a saucepan?
Yeah, down by your feet there, underneath back of the chair. I did say, have a go around, get familiar. Now I'm just pissing, but. It's a shame I can't turn the song on because I don't know how to use her phone. It's called, oh, what was I listening to? What did she put on? It's, oh, I find it. I can't remember what song she called. What was the lyrics to the song? I'm basically calling everybody wankers. Obviously, I've got no space. I'm just stood there, so I'm just sort of pissing about with a glass mirror. I didn't realise Phoebe had actually caught it, or...
We got a bean bag.
No, you have to grab one out. Come on, I'm not your commie chef.
Yeah.
In that bag cupboard there. So don't forget, I actually go downstairs on my roller skates and in the front garden, usually at night time. I don't usually do anything at daytime, we usually do it at night time. So either these guys watch the kids and I'll go down there at like 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I usually don't let anyone see me, but I wish I could put the song on. It ends now anyway. You'd probably be able to suss the song out with what I'm doing now. There you go. So yeah, Phoebe caught me. Are you nearly ready? He's nearly ready. There you go.
Yeah.
I shall leave you with Jamie then. So yeah, so basically the great thing about Jamie is it's soul food, isn't it, Jamie?
Yeah, soul food. Good food for the soul. Good food for the soul.
It's quite funny watching me. I can't believe she actually got it.
Right.
Once it goes out, I suppose I better just get on with it, really. It's just my mum's never seen it. Because it's...
Right.
There we go, Jamie.
Let's get the blades.
Let's
mess up some blades.
You've got to tell us what you're doing, guys.
Very sharp blade.
Oh, seriously, get me shut down now for weapons on crack, but... Do you need a weapon for it?
Yeah.
I've got my little doodah thing as well.
We're going to cut some broccoli up to begin with.
And I've told him off, he's not allowed to use his dolmail sauce he brought with him, and he's got to use the tomatoes.
I've got to make something.
Oh, do you want my spacker knife?
No, I don't need to.
Hopefully the sound's up properly.
So we're going to cut some broccoli up. You've got to cut it up fairly small, broccoli. So make sure you cut it quite small. You know? Use their knife skills, you know.
So do you think going to college to do catering would help you, or is it something that you just feel that maybe getting the qualifications or the certificates like health and safety, like, would you like your own sort of place, or would you rather go and work for someone, or?
I like cooking at home, really. No.
You like cooking for your dad as well, don't you?
Yeah.
Because Jamie's a carer for his dad as well, so.
Yeah.
So what else do you like doing then, Jamie?
What else? Fishing, like I said.
It's for your boat.
Camping,
fishing.
You know, getting out in the wild, spending time in nature. You know.
So when you were in school, they spend much time going camping and fishing, or you do that more with your dad?
No, I come away from school. School weren't my thing. No, I didn't think school done much for me. So I started learning more when I left school. I can read better now. So school shows you that, you don't have to go to school to learn knowledge, right?
What age did you actually leave school?
Age?
Hmm.
I don't know. About 16.
16.
16.
So you did go all the way through like primary.
16, 17.
Was it called high school when you were at school? Primary.
Well, primary, and then you go into high school.
High school. So you went to
High school.
You went to a state primary school.
They wanted me to go to college, but I said no.
And what would have you gone to college to have done if you did?
No, not in there, because it would have been in there, in that college there. I don't.
No.
So we cut the broccoli up anyway, as we can see.
There we go.
We cut the broccoli up really small.
So what have you got in there? Just the broccoli at the moment?
Broccoli at the moment, but we're going to put some carrots in with the broccoli and some runner beans and maybe a bit of cabbage and a bit of sweet. Yeah, sweet, cabbage, runner beans, broccoli, carrot. And we're going to put it all in together.
Well, the good thing is we haven't actually sort of done a recipe, have we? We've just sort of like shopped and bought bits in and gone, right, what have we got? Do you want one? I've got a spacker thing for that. Is it really cool?
Oh yeah, what's that? That thing goes all curly.
The little curly thing. No, you want this thing. This is cool as ever. You want this to cut. You want one of these things for peeling. These things are amazing. There you go. Look at that. These are.
Now we're going to peel the carrot with a knife, or if you've got one of these, it can help.
You've got little big spacker fingers like me as well.
So just quickly peel the carrot, make sure the skin's off, the bad skin, it grows underground. Did you know carrots used to be originally purple?
Really?
Yeah. So what they do with the food?
Hang on. Carrots were purple.
Originally carrots were purple.
Someone lied to you, Jamie.
No, look it up. Look it up on Google. Everyone look up on Google. Was carrots purple? And you'll find out carrots used to be purple.
Hopefully you can hear Jamie. He says carrots used to be purple. Hello there, guys.
So we just peel in the carrots ready for the vegetable bolognese, and they're going to boil in with the broccoli and some sweet, because you've got to boil that first because they take longer to cook before you put it in the bolognese. I'll just peel in the carrot. I'm going to put this in the bin, the peel. Now, I don't know, are you capable of cutting carrots up?
No, only if I use my spacker knife.
Well,
I have to use my spacker knife if I insist. This is my spacker knife.
And you're gonna cut the carrots.
Normal people would use one of these knives, but because of my EDS hands, I can't actually cut a carrot like that. So, in fact, I can't cut like that at all. So, for someone like me, I'll have to have one of these little things because I can't do that to cut. So I hold like this. So if someone says, can you cut a carrot? I'd have to say no if they had a proper knife. So if you can see my fingers, in fact, I'll show you just to give you an insight into EDS spacker fingers. You might see it in a minute. So you're going to go everywhere. I can't do any catering, chopping things. This is just, so if I was trying to do it on a pitch form about like cutting veg and stuff, and I said, well, yeah, if I've got my spacker knife, but if I haven't got my spacker knife, then no, they wouldn't necessarily get it. So my local market, I mean, look at my finger there. I don't know if you can see me holding my finger down. My local market, when I used to finish college or uni or work per se, learning self-employment, education and training. My local market used to actually chop up all my like little bits of veg and things like that. But when I was on my own, I sort of struggled, and I sort of designed this kitchen so I could put something down and make it a little bit easier, because of it really hurts my hands. Like it actually hurts my hands. But you have to be look, seriously, can you see like my fingers? But for those that obviously know, that's the EDS side of things. So yes, I can chop carrots, but peeling potatoes, chopping carrots and things like that is really difficult. So things like that, it is a lot easier for someone like me to get things like that if I'm going to be mashing them, because it's just not worth it. It's just not worth the sort of inconvenience to whether or not I want to use my hands for writing later. So I would actually already buy things like this in little bags like that. But this is why I've always had somebody to bridge the gap, just to make it a bit easier, to take a bit of pressure off, and I don't mind. So anyway, there you go. There's some EDS back of hands for you. Jamie's over there making some spice.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what spices I'm mixing up in a minute. I'll just
Amber says, Google says it's considered that carrots were originally purple or white with a thin root. Then a mutant occurred which removed the purple pigmentation, resulting in a new race of yellow carrots, from which orange carrots were subsequently developed. I never knew this. How interesting. Well, I never knew this either. How interesting, Jamie. Thank you for that interesting fact. I get so many little pieces of interesting facts and knowledge from his dad and Jamie. I love their simplicity of life. So the orange carrot that we now know is not actually an orange carrot, or was not an orange carrot. It started off as purple or white, it went yellow, and they say through a mutation, so maybe they're not really good for our eyes. I don't know. I'm going to leave you with Jamie.
Right, have you done the carrots?
I have chopped the carrots.
Right, so we're going to put the carrots in with the broccoli.
And I'll clean up my crap.
Broccoli. The broccoli and the carrots, and put some swede in there as well, because swede's quite good for you. You know, we've got already chopped swede, but normally I do cut it myself. Put swede in there. Nice bit of swede, and of course the famous runner beans. I've got two different types of runner beans, the long ones and the bigger ones. But you know, put two
These
different
ones,
types.
are they runner beans or Monge 2? No, they're runner beans. I love Monge 2 actually. I haven't got the Monge 2, have I?
No, so we're just going to cut them in half.
No. Oh, go on, Jamie. He's on it now. That's it. Jamie's on his new channel.
I'm just going to cut them in half and chuck them in the pot, the carrots and the swede and the broccoli. That's it. Just give it a cut and chop.
He's making a proper. I can't show you that. He's making a proper mixing
That's
thing
the
over
spice.
here. Look, he's making a proper
Well, I'll
little
talk
spicy
about that in a minute. But once you cut that up, just give it a more cut. And we put that in there with the broccoli and the carrots and the swede. And we'll just put some basic herbs in the carrots and the swede. If you go to Asda's, you like Asda's.
If they've got it in.
If they've got it in, of course, because of the coronavirus.
Actually, if it's healthy, they have got it in.
You go local Asda's, or you can grow your own. I'll put some fresh herbs in there as well. But they do this mixed herbs for 30p, and it's really good, great value. It's got all the different herbs in it. I'll just chuck some of that in. And I'll put some fresh herbs in as well. We'll just put that in the broccoli and the carrots, the swede and the runner beans, bit of herb with some water. If you use spring water, is the best type of water. But we ain't got that, so we'll be using tap water.
What do you know about water, Jamie?
Water, they contaminate the water. comes from my wee, basically. But we're going to put some pepper in there as well in the pot with the herbs and that. And we're going to put some tap water in the pot.
Oh. Shame it's true.
As you can see, I've just put some tap water in.
Seriously,
Some
look.
herbs with the vegetables and just going to boil it till it goes soft. Right. Just going to put it on the cooker, bring it to the boil, simmer it till it all goes soft, the broccoli, carrots and the runner beans and that.
And it's Jamie that keeps bringing me down watermelon and grapefruits to make sure that I keep eating things and just standing there just eating bits.
Put it on number 6, bring it to the boil. And as we're waiting for that, we can talk about the spices that we'll be using today for the vegetable bolognese. So the spices we'll be using today is garlic, coriander, oregano, pepper, and ginger.
Are you cutting the ginger or is it?
Yes, it's fresh ginger.
Fresh ginger.
It's all fresh.
And you've got some garlic and that things as well over there. Oh, you got it. You found all the stuff in there, did you?
Yeah. So I've already pre-made some spices that you've seen in there, but I will show you what I used.
Check you out. Pro already. You sure you're not filming yourself in your bedroom or your kitchen while you're cooking?
All-purpose seasoning,
What's in that?
all-purpose seasoning. It's like spices, dried, garlic, things like that. But that's all-purpose seasoning there. You can use chili powder, but we're going to go a little bit special and actually use chilies today. So
it's going to be hot.
Fresh chilies. Spring onion, and make sure you've got some normal white onion, English white onion, or red onion, doesn't matter. So there's your onions.
I've got red onion as well, I think.
Yeah, well, we can put red onion in as well.
I've got red onion.
Spring onion, because spring onion does flavour it up a little bit. But that's your herbs and your spices. But I've already made some, as I've shown you before. So we're just going to put some more spice in there. And we'll be doing the cooking soon. We're just going to wait for the carrots to soften up and that.
And if the fire alarm goes off, it's because I've not actually cleaned my oven.
Well, we won't be using the oven actually.
That's all right.
So if you've got some watercress at home, or you can buy some from Asda, some local supermarket, it grows pretty easy. Just sprinkle some watercress in with your herbs, because watercress, I think, is a herb really.
He's really taking to this, isn't he?
I always put a bit of, your watercress in as well, just to give it a bit of flavour. Fresh water, it's all fresh food. So that's your spices made up. And and she'll put some more herbs in.
I wish I had my camera now to take some photographs of this. I want to sort of show. Look.
Now we're going to cut some pepper up now. We'll be cutting some pepper as well.
Oh look, you got a little pepper in there. Oh no, yeah, you got a little pepper.
Now look,
Oh,
this
look.
pepper
Pregnant.
has had a baby. Look. Look. Got a baby. But anyway, there you go. That's had a baby.
You've just mutated its baby.
Yeah, I've just took its baby out. We'll be cooking the baby and all, I think.
What a cute little thing that is. It looks like a little pumpkin, doesn't it? I bet you that's actually probably really sweet.
Yeah, that'd be nice, that will. But, you know, like I said, the carrots and that are on the boil, the broccoli and the runner beans and the swede. One big pot with herbs in it. It's on the boil.
Aren't you glad now you're making your sauce from scratch?
Yeah, we'll be making sauce from scratch, the bolognese sauce. So we'll cut the pepper up. Once we cut all the pepper up, you just cut the pepper into little strips. Makes it a little bit easier when you cut it. So you just cut it into little strips and then go across with the knife over the strips.
What would be your perfect knife set?
A nice knife set. Well, you can get nice knife sets online for pretty cheap. You know, I've used all knives really. I've used all different knives, so just go across the pepper without cutting your fingers.
Have you ever cut your fingers chopping?
I have cut my fingers before, and you do learn, and that's how you know, got to learn, isn't it?
So would your mum let you chop vegetables at a young age?
Yeah, long as she was standing by. Yeah.
Well, we nearly ended up with Elijah on it because he was insistent that he wanted to cook with Jamie tonight. He started to clean up and...
So that's your peppers, your sweet pepper, you know, normal pepper, sweet pepper. We've even cut a little baby pepper that you had in it.
Don't cut me, no, I'm just a baby.
Right. All that up. Fine. Yeah. So now we've chopped that up, we're going to chop up see a bowl. Yeah, we've got a bowl. Very organised kitchen, believe it or not.
Say that again. What was that,
Very
Jamie?
organised kitchen, believe it or not. Very nice.
Yes, it is a very organised kitchen, believe it or not.
So we're going to put the peppers in the bowl for now. You know, the sweet pepper in the bowl for now. And we'll chop some tomato up as well. You know, fresh tomato. And these little baby plum tomatoes that the supermarket have been doing, they look quite nice, believe it or not. So once these peppers all go in the bowl, we've chopped up little bits.
So do you tidy up as you go along, or do you?
Yeah, you meant to
all
tidy up as you go along. Always keep tidying as you go along. It's the best thing. You know, organisation makes the world. Organisation. Try and keep it as tidy as you go along, you know, so you ain't got to clean up too much when you finish. You know, cut some, onions and spring onions.
So why do you shake, Jamie?
Shaking? Am I shaking? I'm not shaking.
You always shake. Why do you shake?
Well, don't say that now, so I have to go to the doctors.
No, you don't have to go to the doctors. Why do you shake?
I don't know.
You know why you shake.
Right, so we're going to cut the green onions. We'll cut the little ends of the green onions. We don't need the new ends. Shut them. We'll cut the spring onions. And we'll cut the spring onions with green onions in with the peppers that we've chopped up.
See, I love spring onions if I've ever got a cold. And if I've ever got a cold, I'll literally just bite the top off, spit it out, and then I'll just gnaw it like a little rabbit and eat it. And my sinuses just go ping.
So we've got the peppers and the spring onions in there so far. And now we're going to cut some tomato. No, we won't cut. I know what we're going to do. Right. What we're going to do is we're going to get these baby cherry tomatoes.
You like these?
These baby cherry tomatoes. There's some herbs in there, but they're pretty much baby plum cherry tomatoes that we're going to put in whole. Actually, I think we should put them in whole. We could chop a couple up, so we will leave a couple at the side to chop up, but I think we could put them in whole in the wok while we're making it. You know?
I haven't got a gas cooker. I wish we did.
Well, we don't have a gas cooker, but we will be using electric, same kind of thing. Some people like gas, some people like open fire.
Oh yeah, cooking on an open fire.
But I can do all sorts of cooking.
Real camping.
So we're just going to give them a quick rinse.